you that.
Yeah, welcome back to Friday morning's Off Ball Breakfast, 9:15 on this Friday morning with myself and Colm. We have a guest returning, a couple of guests returning to the show. Daire Gorman and his father Kenny. How are you, lads?
Oh, guys.
How you going? How you doing?
Thanks for coming into us again. We had you earlier in the year. Was it the start of the summer? Maybe we had you in. We were kind of.
So yeah.
It was just after Klopp. Was it just after Klopp left?
Just after Klopp announced it, I think.
Yeah, just after
it
he
was
announced
early.
it.
Was it January?
Was it?
I think it was
Oh,
January.
maybe it was.
Yeah,
It was because
yeah.
it wasn't long after
It was
the
all
video.
very fresh, lads.
It was. Yeah. It wasn't long after the video in December.
No.
Has life changed completely since, or has it calmed down a bit, or?
It's all calmed down a good bit.
Right,
Thank
yeah.
God, yeah.
You're glad of that, I'd say.
Well, kind of. I miss it a bit.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
do miss it a bit. Glad to be back though. Back at it again.
I was walking past, so Kenny works in a butcher's in Monaghan called Charlie's Meats, and I was walking past it one day and I was like, just this film crew sitting opposite the butcher's just training. I was like, this has no doubt got something to do with Dara, and surely enough
Yeah.
it did.
Yeah, Dara has a second documentary coming out now in a few weeks. It's more to do with his life, as in general, like what his life from early to
Right?
like Liverpool is involved in it, of course. But it's like what Dara did next. It's called, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
It looks awesome. Actually, it looks very good. There's a lot of Liverpool in it.
Right.
There's where Dara plays para-chair football. He was in France this year playing para-chair football, so they come over to that.
Yeah.
Done a bit of filming in Paris, so it looks awesome.
So how can people see that? When's that going to be out there, and what platforms are?
That'll be out RTE. RTE done all the filming for it, so it's coming out on RTE 2, I think. It's the time is 6 o'clock in the evening, but we're not sure a date.
Yeah.
We haven't got a date exactly yet.
We'll find that out.
Yeah, well, I'll let you know.
Yeah,
I'll let you know, but we're not sure yet. But it'll be on Facebook, it'll be on Instagram, it'll be on all the platforms.
Yeah.
So it'll not be hard to find, I don't think.
The power chair football going to France. I know you'd put up on Instagram earlier in the year that you'd scored
Yeah.
first goal for your country.
Yeah.
You're captain as well, maybe.
Yeah.
One of the
Yeah. It
things.
was last year in Scotland. Yeah.
What was that? Was that like? That must be.
That was unbelievable. Yeah.
Talk us through the goal.
It was a,
Yeah.
Oh, it was a fluky goal, definitely.
Don't be saying that.
No, it was a corner, and I was hoping and praying that every corner I'd got a shot on target the whole game. So I was hoping and praying at one stage I'd get a goal, and ball was played in, and I just drove straight for it, no messing, just drove straight into it, and it squeezed into the bottom corner. Thank God.
That doesn't sound like a fluke.
I know it was the way I went at it was a bit of a fluke.
Right. It must be mad to pull on the the green jersey, represent your country. I think it's something a lot of people have ambitions of doing in whatever sport or discipline they're in. But that must have been special.
Oh, it was really special. Yeah, just looking up and seeing everybody up on their feet was brilliant, unbelievable.
And for your dad, it must have been special as well.
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah, absolutely. You want your children to you dream. Every father's dream for a son or daughter is to represent their country at some sport if they're any good at it. And we're lucky enough. He's quite good at it. I'm not biased, but he's quite good at what he does. They moved him from goals out to outfield, which I think is far better for him. He's a goal poacher. He has several goals under his belt now this year, so he's getting better at it if he gets the opportunity properly,
Darwin Nunez. Was it Nunez who's your favourite player? No,
Diaz.
Diaz, sorry, was your favourite player. Bit of a Diaz then.
No, well, not that good. Not that good yet. No.
The jersey. Talk us through the jersey, because we were just chatting before we come on here. The
Jersey.
Klopp has obviously decided on his next move. And,
He has.
But you had this jersey before that.
Yeah, my mum went to New York. It was in February this year, and she brought me back a Red Bull jersey. So pure fluke that Klopp ended up joining them. Yeah.
Were you surprised that that's where Jurgen Klopp ended up?
I thought he was going to take the Germany job, but it's his decision. I can't decide where he goes, but I'd like to see him join the German national team, see him managing again, and hopefully he'll get on well with Red Bull.
United haven't fully confirmed Amorim just yet. Maybe there's still time for Klopp to come in.
Yeah, what would happen there? Talk us through that.
Talk us through that.
If Jurgen Klopp is announced to do Manchester United manager.
I don't know what would happen there. We'd have to.
A lot of tears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think he'd do it though. He'd never do that.
Fairness.
You're happy with Arnie Slatt though?
Yeah, Arnie Slatt's doing very well. Yeah. Yes, undefeated away, but it's that one little loss at Anfield. We have to get that behind us and go again.
Does it feel different, like being a Liverpool fan in the post-Klopp era? Because I know a lot of United fans after Alex Ferguson left in 2013. There was that weird feeling going to matches and even watching games. There was a bit of a void. Seems like, well, it's obviously early days, but Slot has filled in fairly quickly.
Yeah.
Unlike at Old Trafford where things have taken a bit of time. But does it feel different being a Liverpool fan after Klopp?
It feels different watching them, yeah, but not being a fan, no. But watching the games and seeing a different manager in the dugout just feels a bit strange.
Yeah.
But in a bit by next season it'll be normal. Just take a bit of a while to get used to him, and well, he's doing all right for us so far this season, so hopefully he can continue.
Because he's a similar character, isn't he?
He is. He is. In ways, he's
Some
different.
ways,
Some
yeah,
ways.
yeah.
Some ways he's the same. He's like calm, collected. He's. I think he seems to be more tactical, tactically better than Klopp. Klopp was always all about the team and all about the family and all about, a great man manager. Tactically, he was brilliant because everybody wanted to play for him, so that was easy. Everybody wanted to break a leg for him. Where Slot's different. Slot is more tactically, like, even the day they played Man United, I thought they had him tactically brilliant.
Yeah.
And even against Chelsea there during the week, they completely nullified Cole Palmer, which was their threat. So I think tactically, he's very, very astute, very good. Man management wise, probably not as full on as Klopp was. So that'll probably take the fans longer to warm to him fully, But wins will do that.
Yeah. It's borderline impossible to be a personality like Klopp, though, isn't it? That was his thing.
That was never going to be
Do you know?
replicated. Never.
That is all you remember Jurgen Klopp as Liverpool manager.
Yeah.
So, were you a Liverpool supporter first, or was it the Jurgen Klopp factor that attracted you to the club?
I think it was just the Liverpool that attracted me. The night Barcelona, I always go back to the night of Barcelona.
Yes.
That was
2019.
that was the night, yeah. It's the night where it all started. But then started to build more into it, and then Klopp, and then wanted to meet me, and I wanted dying to meet Klopp. And
You weren't going to say no.
no, I wasn't going to say no. But that just after the day I met him, though, just really, it clicked more than I didn't think it could. I didn't think I could click more with Liverpool until I met Klopp.
Yeah.
But no, then again, I go back to that night with Barcelona. That's what attracted me.
Because I remember the scene, I know we spoke about it earlier in the year, but when you're, I think it was when you're getting off the minibus or whatever from the airport to go and meet Klopp at time, and you could sense the, not nerves from you, but like excitement in many ways.
Yeah.
And like that must have been, they say don't meet your heroes, but that's one example where the opposite is true nearly.
Yeah. No, my heart was pounding with excitement getting off that minibus. No, I'll never forget that day. Never.
Because you even had Man United fans in tears.
Well, there's a happiness, that he was gone. United had a chance, and then the rest of it happened. What was remind us again of the time between your visit with Jurgen and him deciding, or him announcing that he was leaving?
Yeah,
It was very short, was it?
It was only a couple of weeks, yeah. A couple of weeks in the difference, I think.
I mean, he kept the secret very well, indeed. There was no hint that day. Was there? He was
No,
thinking of
no
anything?
idea. No, we got no impression at all that day.
and the thing that turned me completely was everybody knew at that stage that he was going to go, but there's still
Carrying on, isn't
carrying
it?
on.
Right.
Klopp knew this was his
Yeah,
last
yeah.
season, but he was still. It didn't faze him at all. That was the thing that completely turned me.
And Kenny, you turned around to Jurgen on one stage, so you have the final in Dublin there. this
Yeah,
summer. And
yeah.
in his head, he was thinking, that would be my last game.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
keep it
yeah,
somebody.
yeah.
And I remember that part of the video. There was no, because I looked back on it, and there was no hint at all of this guy
No.
giving anything.
No.
Great actor as well as a great manager.
It's just so. It was so disappointing.
Yeah.
You know, we had ourselves all built up. Now, well, probably our own fault, but we had ourselves all built up to be at the Aviva
Yeah.
for his last game.
Yeah.
Fitting for Daire to be in Aviva in his hometown, you know, at his idol's last game. And it was all arranged. He was supposed to meet him, and we were supposed to have a mini documentary from. They were coming over to do a bit from our house to the stadium, and then the stadium, and it was all going to be filmed. And then all of a sudden, Atlanta rang me, and he says, that just didn't work out as planned, you know,
Yeah.
because they were full sure, I think, themselves that they were going to get, not Liverpool players. I don't think Klopp would have allowed them to.
No, there's a bit of confidence.
But
in
there
the
was
background.
confidence in the background to say that they were going to get to the final, and it was just so disappointing. He didn't know anything about it, thank God,
Yeah.
until after. So like, it was so disappointing when we were sitting in the house and watching the game, and it's like 3-0. You're going, this is not in the script, you know.
I had the feeling then when we went to the second leg away, I was hoping that we'd do
Miracle.
Barcelona all over again, but we scored one in the first half, and
Yeah.
I'm thinking I hope and pray this is going to happen now.
I
It
thought
was an early goal, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Early
I thought
goal.
we were very negative.
Yeah,
I did.
just go for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like when you're looking at it, your goalkeeper had more touches than your centre forward in the whole game, which is not when you're 3-0 down.
No, at least.
Is there some relief in that? I know you said it was obviously devastation for a lot of Liverpool fans when Klopp announced he was leaving, but was there some relief in that he left on somewhat of a high and a good point with the fans? Like, Wenger probably stayed with Arsenal for a little bit too long, maybe. Some managers who are legends stay at clubs a little bit too long. Like Ferguson left at the top, he won a Premier League, but Klopp left in a very good place with Liverpool fans. So you can take some sort of solace from that, I suppose.
Yeah. And he left on his own terms as well, I think, which is probably the best part of it as well. I was hoping that he'd leave on his own terms if he was ever going to leave.
Yeah, he did. He left the club in a far better state than it ever has been for as long as I can remember. Like the last real decent manager I can remember is Rafa Benitez, and before that was probably Gerard Houllier. So you had a massive gap in between.
Brendan Rodgers nearly did it.
I was never bought into Brendan Rodgers. Yeah, and he didn't light my world at all, to be honest. And yeah, he's a local fella. He's from 30 mile down the road from Monaghan. But I just never thought he was. I thought he was a small fish in a big pond. I just thought he inherited such a good squad. That time, like he had Gerrard, he had Suarez, and he had Coutinho's, and he had a great squad, but still couldn't get us over the line.
Probably should have done it with that team.
Should have.
Yeah.
That was a nail on. He had, I don't know. Like he probably was a wee bit naive the day of the Chelsea game. He probably should have sat back. We didn't need to win it. They needed to win it more than we did. But Jose Mourinho was never going to go for it. So I think he was a little bit naive that day. I think that what cost him the. People say it was the Crystal Palace game. We lost 4-3 or 3. It wasn't. It was the Chelsea game that took the complete air out of the whole balloon.
Yeah.
One of Chelsea's forwards that day at Anfield.
Dembaba.
Mo
yeah.
Salah. Mo
Oh,
Salah
yeah,
was on the
Salah
one,
was on,
wasn't it?
that's right.
Yeah.
He came off the bench.
Yeah. And then it all turned around. Yeah. Daire, any chance that Liverpool win the league this season?
I hope so, but I'm not going to get my hopes up like last year.
If you had to pick league or Champions League this year, which
I'd rather league this year.
right?
Get on a slot started in the Premier League and focus then on the Champions League next season, the season after.
The goalkeeping options are ridiculous at the minute. Like Kelleher and then Yarosh during the week with that save against Brighton.
That's we've too many goalkeepers, I think, but don't want to get rid of any of them. They're all top class goalkeepers nearly. Like to have an unbelievable number 1, an unbelievable number 2, and an unbelievable number 3. Like
You never see that.
no,
And another one to come in January.
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
nominated for the Ashen Trophy now.
Yeah. Like from an Irish fan's perspective, you'd like Kelleher. Like Kelleher's obviously getting a brilliant experience at Liverpool and playing with Alice and whatever and training. But from an Irish perspective, you'd nearly like him to be playing
Absolutely.
first team football for someone, whether it's
Yeah.
lower Premier League or upper Championship. He's probably a Premier League goalkeeper at this point. In fairness,
I think he is.
yeah.
I think there's rumours talk about Barcelona.
Yeah.
I heard that during last week sometime, that Barcelona were interested in
They
his
lost their
services.
keeper, yeah.
Yeah, they've lost their keeper, and their number 2 is not what Barcelona's about, I don't think so. I heard rumours during the week that they're looking at a possible capture of Kelleher. I think it would be mental to turn it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant move.
I would kill me for him to leave Liverpool because he's been at Liverpool since he's 11.
Yeah.
He's probably just checking in with Alison every so often. Are you sure you don't want to go to Saudi Arabia? Like, because
Not
a lot of money there.
Throwing stuff under his door, like, leaflets about Saudi Arabia. Yeah.
just giving it, showing him the phone. That looks unbelievable over there, isn't it? That's class.
Bobby sent you a message. Like.
Yeah, but I mean, he feels to me that he'd be good enough if he got a
100%.
His confidence is growing, and it's funny because he's not playing that much. And the first time I ever heard Kelleher, not angry, but do you remember when he was away with Ireland the last time, and they asked him in the press conference, and he said, "No, I want to be number 1."
Yeah,
and it was real ambitious because everyone started to question because we didn't hear from Kelleher. It was like, what's his ambition here? Does he just want to be associated with a club like Liverpool, or does he want to play first team football? The risk is that he'll never get back to the level of Liverpool if he leaves. But geez, he looks good to me this season. It looks like he's real confident.
We've met him a couple of times, and we've met him maybe twice.
Yeah,
and he's just so laid back. It's unbelievable.
Isn't it?
It's just, if you were sitting talking to him for 10 minutes, you'd probably fall asleep.
Yeah.
He has that calming.
In a nice way.
In a nice way, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he's not boring. He's just so relaxed, so easy spoken, and so calming. You know, when he's in goal, I'm as confident with him in goal as I am with Alisson, because he's so good with ball at his feet.
Yeah.
He's so calm under pressure, and he's a great shot stopper. So,
Do you remember the Leipzig game where he tried to head the ball out to the throw-in, and then Leipzig, Sesko, wasn't it? Their striker got a shot, and there was a camera angle behind the goal, and it showed Kelleher's face, and he was just completely calm, like looking at the ball going back. It was like the composure is unreal. And Virgil van Dijk said it about him in the League Cup final win, which actually happened after you were in the game against Chelsea, and he was like, "This guy's world class," and it felt like he meant it.
he is. I think he's, like you said, I definitely think he's a Premier League player.
Yeah.
Well, number one, like a Spurs. I think he's probably suited to Arsenal.
Yeah.
He's that kind of they play that kind of football. I think he's like player. I find players sometimes are suited to different teams. So but I think Kelleher would be a number one for Arsenal, no problem.
He did an old Cruyff turn against
Yeah,
Arsenal
yeah.
last week.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
He did it again during the week.
Unbelievable there.
No, he didn't do it. No, Sunday, yeah.
Now, without laughing too much, how do you think Manchester United are getting on?
Not great.
We're sore over it here, Daire.
No, I'm disappointed they got rid of Ten Hag. But I think it was the right decision for them, though, because but I'm disappointed now. If nobody to beat now. Hopefully Aram's as bad as.
Well, there was talk. Ruben Amorim was linked heavily with Liverpool before Slot got the job. So it's interesting that he's chosen United over Liverpool. Maybe if you look at it that perspective,
that's true. Yeah,
he's been linked with Chelsea and
he has. He's been linked with
But he wants the West Ham as well. Like,
He's been linked
first
with
to go to the
everyone,
Premier League. Yeah.
How do you think he'll do?
Hopefully not too good, but
I know it'll be good. You get the United Liverpool rivalry back.
That's what you want.
Yeah.
You do. You need an edge.
They've never been good at the same time.
You've never really, I suppose, experienced the United Liverpool rivalry, but it was good at one point. Like 15 years ago, it was good. It'd be nice to have it back.
It was.
Just from a neutral perspective, we'd love to see it back.
Of course you would, yeah. I would, and that's me from a Liverpool point of view. I'd love to have it back, because you're going into games now, not convinced that you're gonna win, but the edge is gone because the players that are there probably are not fired up enough. You know, there's no like we have local lads, like we have Joneses and we have Kwanzas and we have and the crowd. But United haven't got the players.
No.
They haven't got the Keanes or the Scholes or the Butts or any of them players that are go in and just want to do damage to Liverpool players, because it's in their DNA.
How do you feel about the contract situations at Liverpool? So you've got the likes of Salah, Van Dijk, rumours circling Trent Alexander-Arnold and Real Madrid all the time. Like, how do you feel about those three in particular? They're obviously three, well, you could say club legends at this point.
I hope that Van Dijk and Salah are close to signing a new contract, but I just really hope Trent doesn't go, because if he goes, he's going to ruin his career if he goes, because he's never going to become that club legend that he wants to become. He's not going to become the full Liverpool legend if he leaves now. He's at the peak of his time at Liverpool. He's at the peak of his career. If he went to Real Madrid, I think he'd completely ruin that for him.
The legacy.
Yeah.
Before we let you go, Dar, what's the plans now? Are you heading back over to Anfield at all in the near future, or what's the
I hope so.
agenda?
I hope to go back soon. Yeah, go to one game in Arne Slot's career anyway.
Get one ticked off.
Yeah.
No pressure, Kenny.
Yeah, we can get tickets for anything.
Yeah, of course.
Tickets are not a problem. It's just timing.
Yeah, absolutely.
We have a lot on. Like there is surgery probably coming up again, and then there's school. You know, we can't take him out of school until he's settled.
Yeah.
You know, we don't want it. We could go over next week. We could go over the week after. We can go over anytime we want. It's just timing is the problem. You know, and then for his football as well. It's smack bang in the middle of his football season at the minute.
Yeah,
so
it's tough.
So it's tough to get Saturdays to go over the games, and it's also we actually were seriously thinking of taking him over to the Real Madrid game, but it's €700 to fly over to it.
Jeez.
Like, you're talking over €1,000 before you even go to the game. Like, it's mental money.
Yeah.
So no, that wasn't an option.
No,
unfortunately.
No. In fairness.
So it's tight. It's not the fact that we can get tickets to any game we want. He's got that ticket now that he can go to any game, which is brilliant. So it's just timing.
Yeah, get it work. Hopefully, get it working at some point.
We will. Hopefully, we get something over after Christmas. Hopefully,
yeah,
get him settled into school and.
We not to dwell on it, but we spoke about it the last time. Services for Daire, and whether it be in school or at home. And I know there was a show done on that. Has that improved at all in terms of a government level, or have you been in touch? Has anyone been in touch with you about services and how that can be improved?
Local level it's getting better. It is. I'm not saying his OT is actually fantastic since he moved from first year, sixth class into first year. Government wise, no, they're not. It's not getting much. You still have to claw, fight, and beg and batter somebody's door down to get something done. But listen, unfortunately, it's not a local level. It's higher up. It's coming from a level that the sources are not there. The resources are not there because the people are not there. And that's a government failing, I think, because they're failing. They're not only failing them, the country, failing disabled children. It has to be priority, especially for the services that have to be provided, and are not being provided properly because the people are not there to provide it.
Yeah.
So the people that are there are stretched to the maximum. You can't look after everybody all the time. So somebody's going to be shouting somewhere. But no, luckily, touch wood, we're not too bad at the minute. He's been looked after. School is brilliant. The school he's in at the minute is fantastic. They have bent over backwards for him. He's driving around like he owns the place, We had a visit. He had a visit from Ronnie Whelan a couple of weeks ago. He was coming to the school, but they didn't want to let everybody know he's coming to the school. It was kind of a guest, wasn't it? A weekly
special guest. Yeah.
guest, and they had the guest to give little tidbits of what he'd done and who it was, So you had to kind of guess who it was. So Romeo here guessed it straight away, and he was going around telling everybody that me and Ronnie are friends and blah blah blah. No, you're not. No, you're not. So Ronnie actually rang him after the United game. He was chatting to him, and he got out of the car. I don't know if you've seen the footage of it, did you?
I think I've seen this clip.
Get out of the car, walked over and gave him a hug, and everybody, you could see the whole line of people going.
Yeah, everybody's like,
your friend.
everybody, my friend says, "Geez, it is true. You are really know each other."
John Aldridge sent you a video recently, didn't he?
He did, yeah. FaceTime me actually.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it was invited me over to the thing in gig in Blaney, Castle Blaney.
He's doing a night.
28,
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah, we got invited to the Martin O'Neill one as well. Unfortunately, just timing didn't work out.
Story of our life.
Story of our lives. Yeah, you go to everything.
Yeah.
You've John Barnes, John Aldridge, and then there's Martin O'Neill is in the Ericle and Letterkenny, I think.
Brilliant.
All right.
But we can't go to that one.
Yeah.
No.
Have you been in touch with Jurgen recently?
No.
We'll have to take a picture after with the Red Bull jersey and send it on to him.
Yes.
He'll love
His documentary did win an award
Oh yeah,
in Liverpool.
Oh yeah.
It won a local award.
it's the original one. Is
the original?
Yeah.
No, not the one that the original one. Yeah,
The Liverpool video.
the Liverpool video.
Right. Yeah.
They won an award in, I don't know, a local something. I can't exactly remember when it was like, but and then there's another fella won an award as well. What do you call him? Luke from FM 104.
Right.
I think he got an award for a documentary he did on Klopp, I think.
Yeah.
And the we sent him footage of him as well. So and we were in having an interview. So yeah, he's we can't go anywhere.
No, really can't.
Life hasn't changed in that sense. Yeah,
We were in Cork yesterday and
Yeah.
walking into a bar and there's the man from it's always
Maybe a group of 10 people.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You're used to it by now, though.
I am. Yeah.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Even
it's good.
in school, like if there's guests coming in, like there's parents and all, they recognise me from not from being around the school, like from
Video.
I remember the first day of first year, there's all the kids came over and they says, "I know you. I've seen you before," and he says, "You're the boy that met Klopp, aren't you?" That group of maybe 10, 15 people.
It's funny because I remember my first day in first year, and you're pains to try and make friends and chat to lads from outside your town, but you don't really have to
come to me.
They come to you, and
Yeah.
they know you. That's amazing, unbelievable stuff. Lads, thanks a million for coming in.
Listen, that's brilliant.
Again,
Yes,
thank you.
once
fantastic.
more, we'll have to catch up again down the line, and
Absolutely.
Yeah.
we'll get Arnie slot to get in touch at some point.
Yeah, we'll work on it.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Keep
definitely.
going. Lads, thanks a million. Brilliant
Thank
stuff.
you.
Darren
Thank you,
Gorman,
lads.
Kenny
Yeah,
Gorman
thank
with
you.
us as